when you come into the country. So that can still happen. But in terms of a complete ban, you can't come in, that's no longer the case. But that may change because of two things. One, the judge might change the decision and say, okay, the ban is bad. Or what's happening, we are expecting that there's going to be a new order, a new executive order that's going to slightly change the requirements so that they can still stop some people. But the executive order is going to be changed in such a way we think that perhaps the problems that the Trump administration is facing right now, they're not going to be facing if they have a court case. But as soon as we find out a little bit more detail about that, inshallah, we'll come back to the masjid and tell you about it. But the next thing I want to talk about is sort of know your rights. I've done one of these before in the masjid, and inshallah we'll maybe do another one that's more comprehensive. But very quickly, everyone should know that there are about 4 different areas where your rights are protected. And each area that you're in, your rights, you have less rights. So if you're in your home, this is the greatest protection if you're in your home. If a police comes to your house and knock on the door, you don't have to open the door, you don't have to talk to them. You can just tell them to go away. You can ask for their name, their number. If they say, knock on the door, is this Ahmed? Who are you? You don't even have to answer, it's Ahmed. What's your name? I'm police. From where? From 72nd Precinct. What's your number? I'll call you. I have my lawyer call you. That's it. You don't have to even open the door. Now what about when you're not in your house? You're out in the street. You can be asked for your ID. And for those people who are here that are green card holders or who are not citizens, citizens should also have the IDs, but especially if you are a green card holder and you're not a citizen, you should always have your ID. If you are a green card holder, it's very important that you know you must always have your green card on you. It's the law. If you don't have your green card on you, you can be fined, you can even go to jail. So you should always have your green card on you. If you are some other type of immigrant, whatever your status is, you should always have that information on you. So if you're out on the street, you can just be asked, maybe for your identification. But that's about it. Other than that, you don't have to answer any other questions. Just walk away and go about your business. What about in your car? If you're in car, less protection. If you're in car, you can be asked for your ID, your license, your registration, and that's pretty much it. If, let's say, you made an illegal right turn or something, and you're stopped, the police officer can ask you about that. After that, they start asking you more questions. Were you drinking, or where are you coming from? You don't have to answer any of those questions. Just say, am I finished here? They run your license plate registration, there's nothing wrong. Am I finished? Yes. Can I go? Yes. And then just go. You don't have to answer any more questions. The place where you have the least amount of protection is at the borders. If you are coming through from another country, at that place, even if you're citizen, non-citizen, everybody has the least amount of protection, especially if you're non-citizen. So if you're coming through the borders, your bags, because many of you have flown, your bags can be checked. You have to show your ID, of course, your travel documents. They can ask you different questions about where have you been, where are you coming from, where are you going, and many other questions. But then when they start getting into deeper questions, especially for Muslims, what is your Islamic belief? What do you think about the war in Iraq? Or what do you think about Afghanistan? And all those things, those are not appropriate questions to be asked of people, even though they ask them. If you're a citizen, my recommendation is if you are a citizen, they start asking you these questions, don't answer any of those questions, those type of questions. Just ask them, am I being detained? Am I being arrested? If they say no, say thank you, can I go? If they say no, you can't go, then ask them again, am I being detained? And if they don't give you a good answer, don't answer any question, just stay there. Eventually they'll let you go. If you're not a citizen, it gets a little trickier because they can keep you there for a long time. And that's really what happens. I mean, it's up to you how comfortable you feel about answering questions. We still say that you shouldn't answer questions, but this becomes very sort of tricky because you can be held there for a very long time until they let you go eventually. So last area I want to talk about is ICE. ICE is the Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. They're the people that come. You've probably heard that they've been doing raids, going to different people's places of work, maybe even places of worship, and taking people who are not, who are undocumented or illegal immigrants, taking them and sending them to ICE centers and maybe eventually deporting them. This has been happening. Sometimes one of the ways that the tricks that they use is they'll come to you, say, you know, Ahmed, do you know so-and-so in the picture? Yes. You know this person in the picture? Yes. You know that person? Yes. That person that they're showing you, you know, maybe you know, maybe you don't even know. That person might be themselves illegal. Once they ask you, what is your name? Ahmed, do you have any ID? Yes. You show them the ID. They'll leave, they'll come back, and they'll detain you. Because you yourself, maybe if you're illegal, they'll detain you. And anyone around you that they believe might be illegal or undocumented, they'll detain those people too. They've even been detaining people who are permanent residents. Eventually they let them go. But anyone that comes and starts talking to you, showing you photos, and they say they ICE, don't speak to anyone. The most important thing really for whether it's ICE, whether it's police, always ask them for identification. You have the right to ask for ID. If they have a badge, ask to see their badge, see their ID. And then don't talk to them. You don't really have to have any conversations with anyone. Finally, on the same issue of the raids, there have been a lot of rumors that ICE has been having places where they are stopping people, checkpoints. I haven't heard anything about, I haven't spoken to anyone that has first-hand account of checkpoints. It's very important that if you see checkpoints for ICE, that you let us know. You come to, if you find me or you find an imam or somebody, that you let them know that there have been these checkpoints. But we don't believe that there are any checkpoints. We've just been hearing rumors. The only way we can help people is if we have the truth about this, right? It's like a hadith has to be sahih. We need a sahih hadith when it comes to this. It has to be an ahad, you know, hadith. It can't be when some other people told you something else. No, this one has to be a person that saw it and has first-hand account of this particular incident. So if you hear from somebody else, don't tell us that you heard it from somebody else, only if you know it for sure yourself. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say, but if anybody has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer it.